welcome back, everyone. Anyway, Not So Ballers podcast. I'm joined by Jay, and I'm joined by Steve as well. Hopefully, Kyle will join us a little bit more into the show. Hopefully, he's cooking up a storm. In his kitchen, he was saying he's too busy for us.
Any guess what he's cooking?
I'm gonna say some pasta,
Yeah, it'd be something mad with Kyle. It'd be some pasta that we've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like lasagna styled, like stuffed crust pasta. You're like, what?
Stuffed crust? This is the chef. Stuffed crust pasta.
Kyle says some rogue shouts of food, but it sounds it's weird.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds
amazing. Well, what have you been up to then, fellas? We haven't podded now, I think, for about, what are we, about 15 days, I reckon.
Yeah.
Been a while, hasn't it? Yeah.
What have you been up to?
It's been gaming, really.
Gaming.
Playing a bit of art. Watching the football, chilling.
On the Switch? You've been streaming?
On the Switch. Yeah. Bit of streaming. Yeah, pretty much
Nice.
I was over in Belfast, weren't I? For a weekend. little Northern Ireland visit. Nice.
Yeah, tipples, nice.
What about you, Andy?
Not much, to be honest. Been back in work. January's very quiet. I wrote an article on Xabi Alonso leaving Madrid. That was good. That's been probably my highlight of January so far.
Yeah, fair play, though.
I would say. Yeah, and it's been well received. Interesting that he's left Real Madrid. No. He left as well. He went sacked, if rumours be to believed, from Real Madrid. So yeah, interesting. I think he'll be back there one day, though.
Yeah.
Well, should we crack on then? Should we get straight into it?
Get into it.
Actually, I am going to ask you that a famous question to start. Right. So we've already had this question before, but I'll ask it again because we might have some new viewers, some new listeners, whatever, Spotify or YouTube. If someone said to you today that they're going to put a spell on you and they're going to say you're going to be a professional of any sport that you want in the world, but it can't be football, though. What are you choosing?
Are we talking like elite level also, like we are?
Oh yeah, you're a good player, like.
Yeah. I think the highest in your game, I think.
Yeah. Go on, what are you saying, Jay?
Me, just a bit controversial. People will be like, nah, that's not a sport. I think it is. Wrestling, WWE.
Yes!
I thought you were going to say something like esports, like professional art gamer or something.
No. But WWE superstar, come on, tell me.
Yes, like, we are boxed for WrestleMania. Ringside.
WrestleMania, like, come on, that'll be unbelievable. Tell me it wouldn't.
No, it'll be amazing.
Doing that. Unbelievable.
It'll be amazing, to be honest. Go on, what about you, Steve?
I'd probably still choose American football, me.
Yeah.
Being the NFL.
Yeah. I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah. Try and get to that Super Bowl, get those rings.
Get the ring, yeah. Fair enough. All right then. I'm still in Ashes mode, me. I've been listening to loads of cricket podcasts, so I'll probably have to say cricket right now, but it'll change to golf, I reckon.
If you were going to do cricket, but you'd only be elite at like one level, what would it be? Like T20, Test, one day international.
Test. It'd have to be test match.
So.
Yeah, just so I can play in the Ashes down under. That's like pure, like, that's like a dream for me.
That's the dream. Wanting to win in Australia.
Just wanting to win in Australia, yeah. That'd be amazing, to be honest. And I've been listening to quite a few of the podcasts lately. Probably why I haven't done one of these. I've been too busy listening to either Wisdom Cricket or For the Love of Cricket, which Stuart Broad on, which is really good. But yeah, they're good answers. WWE, American football, and cricket. It's skiing that.
Very vast and different.
I reckon Kyle. I'm not gonna, won't put words in his mouth. We'll ask him if he joins, but I reckon Kyle say F1.
F1, I was thinking F1.
Yeah,
travel the world twice, they driving a car.
Yeah,
I think that's right up his street. Or he'll say cricket.
Yeah.
Do you want to close
maybe cricket.
Wanna...
Yeah, could do.
Speak of the devil.
We joined the technical glitch. Technical glitch. Right. Well, we'll move on. Right. Let's get into the footy. Come on. I won't bore everyone with all the fixtures and all the results, but we'll just go through. We'll go through a few of the important ones. Do you know what I mean? So of course we got Everton beating Villa 1-0. Tieno Barry ending Villa's 11-game home run. I think that's the first time Aston Villa have been beaten at home in the league since August. Just unbelievable. Arsenal failed to kind of jump away from City even more with a 0-0 down in Forest. Liverpool, Jay, we'll get to them in a very, very hot minute. Draw with Burnley. Szoboszlai misses a penalty as well, and he cracked the bar as well. It weren't like it was saved or... Yeah. Michael Carrick gets his first win. First win. Man United 3. And it was a 2-0. Was it 2-0?
Yeah, 2-0. Yeah.
It went 3-0 though, didn't it? Mason Mount scored and then it was offside.
Yeah.
Did any of you see that, by the way? That didn't look offside to me. I thought he was just on.
I thought he was just on. But whatever makes United look even worse is funny. Or not look as good as they did. Yeah, yes, Kyle now. Yes,
Kyle.
What is? And West Ham, yeah. I've only just worked this out. West Ham's first win in the league since November. They beat Burnley 3-2. And then that's their first win over the weekend against Tottenham since November, 2-1. Unbelievable. Now, I don't know about yous, but I thought that Callum Wilson had already left West Ham and then he's gone and bagged the winner against Tottenham.
Yeah, I was confused by that.
Yeah.
I knew he was trying to get rid of him, but I thought he was going.
Yeah.
Thought he just ripped up his contract, sort of thing.
Yeah, I thought he terminated his deal. I thought it was done, and then on TalkSport, like on Callum Wilson scored the winner, I was like, what? So that's an interesting one, of course. But yeah, they're like the most important ones that we're going to probably talk about today. But yeah, let's have a word for Liverpool here. What's going on? What's going on here?
Right. So you've I just want to start. You've heard on the podcast before, saying about how Liverpool aren't a sacking club. Keep Slot in. Let's stick with them. But that performance, I think that's it for me. It's done. You know what I mean? We're just not good enough. The selection of the team, what he's motivating the players with. Szoboszlai, he's been our best player this season. to miss the penalty the way he missed it is laughable.
Smashed the ball.
Honestly. And then when we conceded the goal, I weren't surprised, even though it is Burnley. And the stat for me, that kills me. We're the reigning champions. We've dropped points at home to every single newly promoted side. That is not good enough for Liverpool. It's really not. I think
it's a nightmare.
It is pundits, ex-Liverpool pundits who are back in Slot are starting to even be a bit like, oh, do you know what I mean? It's not looking great, is it? You know what I mean?
Let me
made a few comments and categorized, you know what I mean? So I just don't think it's good enough. The performance is awful.
Let me just sort of counterbalance that though with some stats here. So Liverpool 1, Burnley 1, as we know. 73% possession Liverpool.
Yeah.
XG of 3.1, basically 3.2. Total shots 32. 32 shots. 11 on target. 3 big chances. 9 corners. Hit the woodwork once. Shots inside the box 20. 20 shots inside the box. So, you know, what do you say to them Liverpool fans that are like, well, we've just had 32 shots on goal, mate? Like, it's not like...
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like he's had 4 shots.
Yeah.
They had 7 shots and scored 1. They had 1 on target and scored.
That's where I feel like it's Slot's fault, because Slot's messages to these players are clearly doing the wrong thing instead of like, trust yourself. Do you get what I mean? I don't know why Cody Gakpo every single time cuts in. Do you get what I mean? I don't get why he does that when he can go on the outside and put it in. You get what I mean? He cuts in and shoots, doesn't go in. Having a shot, a pot shot, do you get what I mean? And then being like, we battered them through stats isn't good enough. The main stat is the 1-1. Like,
I think this has been a common theme for Liverpool, though, hasn't it? We've talked about how this team only had 9 shots, 7 shots, whatever shots compared to our 25, 30. But they've scored the same goals as us. Liverpool have created chances all season. They've just struggled to take them, which is mental when you look at the firepower that they've got and brought in. Obviously, Salah's probably contributed. I know he's been gone the last, 4 weeks, something like that. But he was missing big chances on the regular every week, where last season he'd have put them in and been off in the corner celebrating in front of the away end or the Kop, whatever it was. I don't know. It seems like last season there wasn't really much on Liverpool in terms of expectation and pressure. Obviously, everyone expected a bit of a rebuild, just get top 4 and see where we go. They took advantage of no real challenge for the title in the end. Whereas this season, when you're champions, I don't care how far into the spell the manager is or whatever. When you're champions, there's pressure on you to go and put out a good defence. If you don't retain it, you don't retain it. But you want to at least be, within 5-6 points, something like that. Make a good go at it. And I think that pressure's just kind of weighed on a lot of them players too much. Let's be honest, as good as Isak is, when's Isak ever played and needed to score goals for a team that's expected to win the league title? He hasn't, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's
been playing for teams knocking on Europe. He played, was it Sevilla? Where Sevilla were never going to win the league.
Sociedad,
Yeah, well, Sociedad were never going to win the league, but the fans, knocking on a little push for Europe, and he thrived. Newcastle, again, no massive expectation in terms of, anything until he started bagging the goals, and then they were like, okay, Europe's a shout. And then obviously hovering in and around Champions League with them. But it's a different sort of mindset required in it. And a lot of them just don't seem to be up for the challenge this year. I'll say this year because,
I agree.
I fully expect them to get a grip at some point. It's a weird balance on whether it's slot or whether it's anything else. But the longer it goes on, the more that the finger has to be pointed at slot.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah, I agree there, Kyle.
I can see both sides. I can definitely see both sides. But before we move on from Liverpool, so they're currently 14 points behind league leaders Arsenal. And Liverpool on 36 points. Manchester United are 1 point behind them in 5th on 35. So it's when you put it like that, you've had but you've basically had the same season as United so far.
That's what I mean.
Points wise.
That's what I mean. Look at the slack that United get, and I've got.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And we're the reigning champions from Macau. Do you get what I mean? It's not, isn't it? Surely not.
No, fair enough. Of course, I'm not a Red, so I'm just throwing you different arguments that I've seen online and from friends. But yeah, we'll move on. Liverpool's next game is at Bournemouth on Saturday evening, I believe. That'll be that's a tough game. In the league anyway, you play Marseille, probably at the time of recording, now it's kicking off. Bournemouth, Liverpool on Saturday evening. What are you saying about that, Jay, in terms of just a quick expectation on the results? What are you saying?
I'm not expecting a lot, but Bournemouth aren't playing well, but I think every team is up for playing Liverpool. And if they play,
rightly so, though.
Honestly, we just can't get no rhythm. Do you get what I mean? We just really can't. Yeah. So I can see Bournemouth wiping the floor with us, to be fair.
Fair enough. We'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. Maybe it can get a bit of momentum with Salah. Is Salah starting tonight?
Yeah, Salah starting.
Yeah. Maybe Mo Salah coming back in. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll jump across the park. Nearly. We don't live across the park anymore. We'll move on to Everton. So luckily, me and Steve managed to be able to get down to the game on Sunday to Villa Park. Steve, what are you thinking? It's a great win for Everton, isn't it?
Yeah, great win. When we had the post from the first minute, I was like, okay, is that going to be it for us for today? Like the one glimmer.
Yeah, I thought the same, to be honest. Yeah,
I thought we looked good throughout. I mean,
I thought we controlled it.
Yeah, they didn't really. They got into some dangerous positions, especially second half, but I don't know. I was never truly worried.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always that worry of like, we are Everton Football Club, we do mess it up. But I don't know. O'Brien just seems to have any long ball in behind. He dealt with it well. I think really the only person that was having a poor game was Pickford, with his long balls out from the back. That was the only thing that was killing us. But I mean, it's Pickford, so
then he makes up for it, doesn't he, with that save.
He made it. Yeah, he made that great save, so he makes up for it.
Yeah, 100%. And what are you thinking about the current Jack Grealish situation then? So, as we know, unfortunately, Jack Grealish is now out for at least 3 months.
Yeah.
Does that change Everton's plans in this window, do you think?
I don't think it does. No, I don't. We're just getting Ndiaye back now. I think we could, if we can go and get a winger on loan, then yeah, go and get one. But I still think more pressing issues as fullbacks. If we can go secure a proper attacking right back or left back, then yeah, I'd say that's the priority. But I don't know. I'd like to see put Ndiaye back on the left, or maybe put McNeil on his favourite side to get balls into the box.
Yeah.
See what he can do. And also we've got Dibbling also, haven't we? So we need to see what he's
time, isn't it? I think it's time to really give Dibbling some minutes here, It cost us 45 million quid, like.
I think also you look at it, Moyes likes to play Alcaraz on the wing also, so we have got the depth to do it without going to get another one. If you're saying to me, do we get a winger or do we get a fullback? I'm saying fullback all day long, because I think we're crying out for that more than a winger. Because of who we've got as options. So it's a tough one, but yeah.
Kyle, so I was reading today as well in the Echo. So apparently the Preston boss is expecting Harrison Armstrong back at Preston at the end of January. Is that a good move for Everton to let him go back there, do you reckon?
I think if that's the case, then Moyes must know that Dewsbury Hall will be back fit. Garner Gay is obviously due back at some point this week, probably tomorrow or Friday. Alcaraz will be back. Melon Rose looks like, if he can get put in that same position with Villa, play alongside Garner in it too. Obviously Eric Burnham to come back as well. I do think Armstrong falls down the pecking order a bit. Through no fault of his own, it's just a lack of experience, really, isn't it? If they all come back and stay fit, and as the window comes into the last few days, we've got that full complement in midfield, I think it's the right move. Because the last thing you want is him to fall down to fifth choice midfielder. We're not in any cup competitions, so there's one game a week. There's no real need for rotation if we get our full complement back. Every one of them players should be able to play one game every week from now till May. And even if we do need to rotate, like I say, if he's fifth choice midfielder, then he's not getting a game even if they rotate the whole midfield, is he?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
I think if everyone comes back and stays fit and we're happy with that, then we send them back, let them continue, because Preston, from what I read today on Twitter, a few Preston fans, the last couple of games they've looked at 6s and 7s. They've just been saying that they just lack all creativity, and
they got beat last night 3-0 by Hull.
It's no coincidence that they lack all creativity when we've seen Armstrong in the past few games for us. He is quite creative. He loves to get the ball. He loves to drive with the ball, and he's always looking for a pass that maybe some of our players aren't on the right wavelength with. But
he's quite bullish, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, actually. Sorry to just jump in there. So Preston have played 3 home games. One of them is in the FA Cup. The last 10 days. Yeah, 10 days. They've lost all 3 at home. Lost to Wigan, lost to Derby, and a 3-0 defeat yesterday to Hull. So that's the Harrison Armstrong effect. Like, he's left and they have gone to pot a little bit.
Yeah, with Carlton, the pecking order there also. I'm sure if we had an injury crisis again, we could easily recall him. I think it'd be a lot different if it was like Armstrong, Garnett, and Dewsbury Hall in the midfield for the last few games. And we're going, okay, those 3 are on fire. They're getting partnerships together. They're linking up well. It looks so solid. You go, okay, do we keep hold of him? And just that's the rest of the season and next season's midfield. But as you said, Kyle, all the players that are coming back now, Roll, if he stays fit, it's like a whole new signing for us. So
yeah,
I'd say same with Kyle, send him back on loan if he's going to be dropping down to like 5th, 6th choice in the pecking order.
Yeah. No, fair enough. And just before we move on from Everton as well, so David Moyes, since he's came back, has won 10 away games. That's only bettered by Mikel Arteta at Arsenal, I think, or they're both on 10. So yeah, just a little word for Moisey there. We're going on European tour, basically.
I've never loved and hated the person so much at the same time. And I think that sums him up perfectly, doesn't it? Like
it does. Games like Sunday, you're like, Moisey, what a guy. And then the game against Brentford, you're like, nah, go and jump in the Mersey, man.
He just makes you feel everything. But like sometimes at the wrong times, you know what I mean? Like you get your expectations like that week of home games, and we're all like, oh my god, like even one win in the league and winning the cup, and we're absolutely flying, and then we come out of it with no wins. But then you go to Villa Park thinking we're going to get absolutely smashed about here, and no, we put in an unbelievable performance and don't take 3 points. And it's like they just never wrap my head around Everton and Moyes. They're a perfect pair.
Moyes is Everton. The way that we break this down.
About things. Be interesting to see who takes over from him when that day comes. But
and actually, sorry, before we do move on fully from Everton, Jared Branthwaite's fit, near enough. Does anyone drop out, or do we just ease Jared back in? What's the vibe?
I'd love to see Branthwaite, O'Brien, Patterson, and I know Steve alluded to getting a fullback before, which I agree to, but I'd be all in on a left back. I like what I've seen from Patterson both ways the last few games. Mykolenko, I don't think I ever see anything going forward. He makes Grealish wait half an hour for an overlap, and then he puts in the worst cross in the world. Mykolenko's only saving thing is that he can hit a shot from about 30 yards that goes on target, and we get a corner every so often. But I think Patterson, don't get me wrong, he's had his injury problems, and he's also not really benefited from a sustained back four, and at times not even a decent winger to help him out in front of him. I think if we can get a bit of solidity on that right-hand side, give him a run of games and see what he's about. I'd be targeting a left back over a right back from what I've seen.
Yeah. I think it'll just come to who's available on the market, innit? If you're going to get like a out and out attacking right back, you go, okay, we'll stick with Mykolenko for the rest of the season. But as you said, I'd go and replace the left back over Patterson. He's looked all right. He's looked rusty, if anything, but that's going to be a given, really, innit? Considering he's not been played much for us over his time with us. So, what would you say, Andy?
Fair enough. I don't know. I'll be hesitant to bring James Tarkowski out that back four. I know he's been poor this season, but I feel like he benefits from either O'Brien or he benefits from a Branthwaite next to him. That's not on no slight on Michael Keane. I think Michael Keane's been brilliant this season, to be honest, but Tarkowski's looked really unsettled next to him, I think. And then the little snippets that we've seen, Jake O'Brien slot in next to Tarky, he's looked settled and calm because he's got pace in behind him. I think like a ball in behind Keane and Tarkowski, it's game over for Everton. But a ball in behind O'Brien and Tarkowski, O'Brien's there. He can mop it up. And I feel like Tarkowski's a lot more settled. He can play his football and captain the side as well.
Yeah. Would you guys go back to 5?
No, I wouldn't try that. Just in the interest of this season, I wouldn't try it halfway through the season. I'll try it in pre-season, this pre-season coming, if we've got all the centre-backs available and stuff like that. But I'll be very hesitant to try that, like when we're in the hunt, do you know what I mean? Why sort of... But it's something we could potentially look at Bramley Moore, because we don't seem to be getting the best out of that stadium at all. And we need to try and it's easier said than done, but we need to try and replicate our away form at home. Now, I know it's easier said than done, as I say, because a lot of teams come to every home ground across the country now and play like Everton just did at Villa. Breaking lines with passes quickly. So when teams come to Bramley Moor, they do it. Brentford done it to us. They just give us the ball, and that was it. But it's quite hard for Everton to be like, no, use off the ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one will actually want to play. So that's probably something. I think that's killing Moyes off the most. I think. Don't get me wrong. I think he's buzzing about this, the away record. But we all know Moyes. We all know what he's like. He wants a fortress at home. Do you know what I mean? Fortress Goodison. That was invented under Moyes. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he'll be disappointed with the home form this season. It's something that Everton need to rectify if they want to get Europe, because we've got some favourable home games coming up as well. So yeah, I'd say that was all. That's all about Everton anyway, unfortunately. You could talk about Everton all day. If Jay leaves, listen.
Can we, yeah?
Listen, come on. Let's jump onto the Manc Derby. United 2, City 0. Brian and Mbeumo, Dorgu's goal was good. The fact he just didn't give up on it. It was a great, it was a good goal. I love to see fullbacks do that, Sometimes they just wait outside the box, don't they? Like, maybe could have got there. Nah, Dorgu was on it. He's like, nah, this is mine. Rico Lewis, was it Rico Lewis that he left in the dust?
Yeah. Just
Manchester, City's first defeat since the 22nd of November against Newcastle. They got beat at St James's Park. City went on like some mad 8-game unbeaten run in the league or something, brought to an end by United. It's always going to be United with City in it.
No, it is.
You feel, do you know what I mean? Like City do slap United most of the time, but United beat them when they have to. I always think.
It's one of them games that it's more as well, isn't it? Because the gap between, obviously recently, but the gap between in terms of historical. United have always got that over them, and then when they finally get that little win and stumble City a bit, it's like, we're always here.
Yeah. All that defeat leaves City 7 points behind Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal, as we know, didn't capitalise on that really. Decent draw away at Forest. But can you see a way back into the sort of the title race for City, do you think?
No. Should have been 4 points.
I think it's done.
Yeah.
Should have been, well, to be fair, it should have been 3 points and put the pressure on Arsenal. Instead, Arsenal probably were a little bit, they weren't
relaxed,
overly hesitant, but they were a little bit hesitant knowing the fact that the Forest game was effectively a free hit. Yeah. I think the whole top 4 dropped points this weekend, which God knows when the last time that happened was, but
that'll be an interesting stat to try and find out, actually.
It will.
Arsenal seem a bit similar last season. Not the way they're playing and stuff to Liverpool. No one's actually putting the challenge down to them, so they've only really got to be at a 7 out of 10 and do enough. Every so often they look really good, 9, 10 out of 10 performance, but on average, you look at Arsenal, you just go, they were just solid. They got the job done. They did what they needed to do. They're just waiting for someone to lay a marker down, and right now, no one is.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. I was gonna say the same. I feel deja vu from last season with us. The way we were thinking of Arsenal before Christmas, are 4 points behind us, and then they slipped up. It's the same with City this season. I just don't think we're gonna have a consistent challenge to Arsenal this season. That's also, I do agree with you there, Kyle.
And a word on United. Did anyone watch the derby as well? I was in work. I was listening to it on the radio.
I did watch it.
What did you think of United? Was it improvements? Big time, of course.
I thought United played well, but I don't like hammering. But they played well when they played the back 4. Do you get what I mean? When they played the back 4, they played all right. The game against Villa, do you know what I mean? They got beat, but they played decent. So I feel like United fans, this is what I don't get with them. Prior to Michael Carrick's first game, he was saying they can't get carried away. Then they win the derby. And now they're getting carried away. Do you get what I mean? They're like, I mentioned it off podcast. I've seen thumbnails on YouTube titles saying it's Fergie football again. Like, they need to just calm down. They beat Man City, who aren't in the best of form. Do you get what I mean? So they genuinely just need to take a breath, and calm down. If they keep Carrick, fair enough. But they're going to end up like Ollie.
I didn't know you were the celebration police, lad. Let them
Jamie
enjoy
Carragher.
it. Yeah.
No, they
Just
can't.
get down the tunnel. Just get down the tunnel.
Enjoy it, but it's the way that they're getting carried away about Carrick. Like, oh, Carrick's overruled Pep. Like, it's like, come on, Pep's won how many Premier Leagues? Carrick's managed one game. Calm down. Like, he got slapped by Middlesbrough.
To be fair, I think I'm sure he's also beat Klopp, Arteta, and Emery in his caretaker spells. So
stop fueling the United fans. They will see that.
I'm sure I've seen a stat like that. So when he's been caretaker, he beats the best. Like,
You'd be beating Moisey then. Moisey's the best of the best.
To help Jay's argument, I did see a United fan say, sign him, give him the 5-year deal now.
What are you doing? Like, what do you mean?
Which was funny. But I get it. Like, that's what I like about football. One result, and you can just get proper sucked into the hype of everything. Like,
hey, let's be honest though. Let's put it into context, right? Jay, what if Steven Gerrard took over and beat Everton at Goodison Park, for example, or Bramley Moore 3-0?
First game. I'd be buzzing, but I would not be sitting there going like, let's give him the key to the city and make him like the new fit. Like, no, like it'd be amazing.
You've done that anyway.
What?
You say that anyway to vote Gerrard.
So like if Leighton Baines took over at Everton and we beat you 2-0 in the derby, I'll play ages. I'll be like, give him a decade deal now.
The reason why it's different at United is they've done this before with ex-players.
No, yeah, I understand.
They've done this with Ollie. Like he went on a mad run, and they were like, "Oh, he was into them. Let's make him permanent manager." Don't get me wrong, he done decent at them, but for some reason he didn't like him in the end. You just always do this. Weird.
Yeah. Well, fair enough.
I think you should stick with Carrick for probably next season also. I reckon even next season, try and get rid of all that dead weight that they've got. Have someone who's actually passionate about United and not just, using it as like a stepping stone to get a new deal or a payout, which seems to be the case for most people. You know, Carrick's going to be United first, isn't he? Like, he's going to put the team before all else. So I'd say if he carries on the way he has by beating City, beating all the big teams, I can see him staying next season, and then you'll need to look at someone else. Like, there's no point in them jumping the gun. I don't think half a season's either. So it's not smart for them to go, okay, let's go and get this person in. They need to take the time on the next one.
Yeah.
They need to go get They need to get their next 5-year manager.
Yeah.
Not,
they need like their Jurgen Klopp to come in now, don't they? Really start the project. Like, yeah, I thoroughly agree with that. To be honest, well, that win for United leaves them a point behind Liverpool in 5th, I believe. Yeah, they're 5th. 1 point behind us, Jay. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. What about if they got on the slot?
Have Arnie slot? Take him. Literally, 10 out 2.0. Take him.
10 out 2.0. Just won the league.
I know.
What if they went and got Shabby?
Don't speak to me. Never speak to me.
Imagine that.
No, I think for Slot, me going hard on Slot, I still haven't got over that Burnley game. I'm being honest. Remember, you with Wolves in the cup with Moyes, and like you just wanted them gone. That was.
Yeah, but Burnley. At least he's got a point out of it, though. Do you know what I mean? Like Jurgen Klopp drew 2-0 West Brom, and he was serenading the cop lads. Like,
but we knew the vision. We knew where we were going with Slot. He's like, we're doing this, and then we know he's going to start Gakpo next game, even though he's been playing awful. Like, I totally agree with it.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, Kyle, so Oliver Glasner, this outburst on the weekend saying that he's been abandoned by his chairman, his board. Crystal Palace wanted to potentially get rid of him that day, but then they've said, no, we expect you to see out your deal. He said, no, I'm leaving in June 26 now. Where's he going?
Bramley Moore.
Right.
I feel like I'm fairly level-headed and not deluded. So I think maybe it's time to try a bit of delusion. So yeah, Oliver Glasner replaces David Moyes in the summer. That's
Do you reckon, yeah? Is that a strong possibility, do you think? Would
honestly,
that work for Everton?
I think he wants to stay in the Prem. So look at the options. Liverpool aren't a sacking club. Slot gets Champions League, goes deep in the Champions League. Probably goes a bit deep in the FA Cup. And he stays on. It's not a bad season. It's not a great season compared to last season, but it's not bad. The only other two jobs I'm looking at are Tottenham and United. United, I think, will cock it up again. They won't make a smart appointment like an Oliver Glasner. Absolutely no chance. So it only really leaves us and Tottenham, who are looking for a manager, because let's be honest, Thomas Frank, he's just like a young Moyes. Back against the wall, he pulls off a big win last night. Everyone settles down for a couple of weeks, and we'll be talking about him getting the sack again at the end of the month.
So would you not have Thomas Frank, for example, in the summer at Everton?
I think a lot of Everton fans would look at what he's doing now and go, well, he's got a better squad there and he can't do it, blah, blah, blah. But Thomas Frank is the guy that would get us to where Spurs are, not who would take us where then Spurs now want to go. Our fans seem to forget that although you look at the table, there's not much between it in terms of project and getting the club where it needs to be in terms of squad depth and performing. Spurs are quite a way away from where we are.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Thomas Frank is the guy that can take us on a step, and then the next guy would then need to come in and take us to that next step. Thomas Frank for a couple of years. I mean, you couldn't turn your nose up at it. What he did with Brentford was fantastic, and I'd say that we're in a pretty similar position to what Brentford were in terms of there's a bit of money to spend, there's a young squad, there's players there that can be moulded into playing different ways than they're playing. I'm all in on Glasner, but I can't see any reason why you'd turn your nose up at a Thomas Frank. I don't see Moyes extending. I'm not going to lie. I don't see Moyes extending past his current deal. And that's just
when does his current deal run out? Sorry, is it the end of next season?
It's the end of next summer, isn't it? Summer 27.
Yeah,
like June or something. But if you're talking about cutting him off, then the only man I'm cutting him off for this summer is Glasner.
Can't believe you cut Moisey off like this, lads.
Cut Moisey off at the start of the season.
I've been ready to cut him off about 6 times. I've been ready to. Well, it's similar to cut him off about 6 times as well. So you know.
I don't know if it was heard on the podcast, but that game against Wolves, like I mentioned before, kind of solidified Kyle's position on Moyes.
It's on Spotify somewhere, lads. It's probably like episode.
Raging.
How can you do that to this guy, man? How can you do that to him, lad?
Go on Spotify, listen to episode 8, 9, or 10, something like that. And there's about a 15-minute tirade from me on Moyes. Honestly, you'd think he just crept into the house, stole me PS5, and slaughtered my family. Like,
yeah, he was raging.
No, fair enough. No, I understand, but Moyes, he'll live forever, love. We're going to rename our ground David Moyes Dickinson Arena. So.
David Dickinson.
The David Dickinson. No, fair enough. Oliver Glasner, you can't really say no to him. He's won more than Everton have won in the last 30 odd years in like 2 minutes at Palace, it feels.
Yeah.
Got a 100% record at Wembley, hasn't he?
Great.
Oh, that'll be 0 by the time he's finished with Everton, lad. Don't you worry, we're cursed. Yeah, true. Liam Rossini gets his first win as Chelsea boss in the league anyway. 2-0 over Brentford. What are we thinking of Chelsea? They are sitting just below United, I believe. Let me just double check that, sorry. Just while we, So they're on 34. 36, 35, 34, separate 4th, 5th and 6th. That's interesting, isn't it? It was a needed win, though, weren't it, for Chelsea, because Brentford were coming into that with some form, and if they would have won, they would have went 4th. Brentford.
Yeah.
That's a fair one.
Yeah.
Credit to them, like. I think it's a weird one with Chelsea, and they seem to, like, every season rebuilding for a push for the league in, like, 2 years. And he never get the transfers right. So
I think Jamie Carragher was dot on about Chelsea, you know. He said it a few years ago now. They've turned into Arsenal. Like, Arsenal under Wenger, though. Do you remember when, like, we'd be like, oh, yeah, Arsenal going to win the league in, like, October, November. And then come, like, January, they were, like, 5th, like, 20 points behind. And you'd be like, how's that happened? That's Chelsea. The last 3 years, that's Chelsea, constantly. And it's really disappointing because the Chelsea that we know, obviously, are like, you know, they win things. If they don't win the league, they win the FA Cup. If they don't win the FA Cup, they win the League Cup. If they don't win the League Cup, they seriously challenge in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And that's just not happening. It's not happening for Blue Co. They've like diluted Chelsea so much to the point where they're basically now just water. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing to them, is there?
For what they've invested into the club to where they want to be, it's leaps and bounds
unbelievable.
away.
It's unbelievable.
I mean? It's crazy.
But on a more positive note, Liam Rossini gets his first win. But again, I can't see him lasting long at Chelsea. I really can't.
I just think he's another cog in the motion. He's just a yes man for now. Up until he says no, he's gone. Do you get what I mean? That's how it seems Chelsea are working. They're just getting people in, staff in, managers in, who say yes to that, you know, like the higher ups. And let's not forget, we all know he's going to be a yes man because he managed Strasbourg, who were owned by the Chelsea owners. So
yeah,
that's how it feels.
That's what slides me into thinking that for once it's a good appointment. He knows the owners, he knows the model, he knows what's expected. Now he's just he's gone from B club to A club. So I think it was probably the smartest appointment he could make. I like the way he talks. I like the way he approaches the game, and
he comes across quite well, doesn't
Sanchez? And he said, but he said something about if a player makes an error, it's on me because I've not helped them prepare for that situation well enough, or something along them lines. Reminded me a bit of like old school Jose. Remember when a player used to do something or a question was asked and he deflected onto him, kind of shield the players a bit. Obviously, I'm not making any other comparison between him and Jose because, you know, far too young.
I was going to say, where's this going?
But it's that in terms of man management, it's that type of thing that can get players on side from day one and ready to go to war for you, which with a hierarchy with the record of Chelsea, you need them players ready to go to war for you every week.
Yeah. Fair enough. We've got a little bit more to get through and then we'll call it a day because obviously Jay wants to go and either play our Raiders or watch the Reds. One of the two. Or maybe both. I don't know. West Ham get their first win since November. And really impressive 2-1 win over Spurs, let's be honest. There's still 5 points adrift though. 5 points below Nottingham Forest, I believe it is, isn't it? Forest are in 17th. Can they do it? Can West Ham stay up?
I want to say no, but with the run of form, I think they can, you know. They get, and I know Tottenham are.
You've missed a little bit of a purpley road patch, haven't they?
That's it. That's what I'm saying. So it wouldn't surprise me with Nuno keeping them up. If they had anyone else, I'd be like, nah, they're gone. But because it's a Nuno,
who goes though? Who goes? Leeds or Forest or Bournemouth? They're like the three that are down there.
I think you'd have to look at Leeds, but Leeds, they're playing well. Do you know what I mean? So Forest maybe.
It's Bournemouth, and then you never know. It might be Areola at Carl Dickinson next season instead of Glasner.
Areola, man, I think he'd be so good for us, but just not yet. We need to build that team for him. We need to build the squad for him properly. What do you reckon, Kyle? If West Ham are to stay up, if they are, who's going to go in their place?
I mean, I'm not looking at Leeds just because of how effective Leeds look. They don't necessarily always look good, but they're effective in games. Whereas Forest, I don't think are. I think Forest stink the gaff out most weeks. They've just got a bit of quality in the squad that sometimes fails. I'd have to look at Forest.
Yeah.
Does anyone else getting on? They're in Europe, aren't they, Forest?
Forest, they're doing okay in Europe. They play Braga tomorrow in the Europa League, is it? They swapped out for Palace, didn't they? Of course they did. Forest are currently 11th. So if they beat Braga, they can kind of go 6th, 5th, which isn't too bad. I suppose they're doing okay. Three wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat.
It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? With Forest, it's like, do you sacrifice European football so Dyche can focus on staying in the league, or do you go, right, let's just go for broke, let's just try and win a European competition?
Yeah.
And
let's
rest
play Champions League in the Championship.
Yeah, like it's a weird one, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I see West Ham going down. I don't know. I just don't think the fans.
I think, I agree. I think it'll go to probably potentially the final day, but I can see the Hammers dropping out of the league. You know, they've just given themselves too much of a mountain to climb.
Yeah,
5 points is still a lot.
And loads of pods haven't I? Like, the fans need to be up for the fight, and I don't think the West Ham fans are at the moment. Leeds are always going to be up for it.
Yeah.
Forest would be up for it. Bournemouth, I think they've got the quality to not be in that situation.
I think
in the
with
back end,
Bournemouth, they've got a miracle result in them, Bournemouth. Like, they'll go to the Etihad and win like 2-0. And you're like, where's that just come from? Do you know what I mean? But I suppose you can look at it both ways for West Ham. Maybe that miracle result happened at Tottenham there. They were 1-0 down, weren't they, West Ham as well?
No, they were winning 1-0.
Oh, did they win 1-0?
Yeah.
They went 1-0.
Yeah, but that miracle result, though, I mean, I know it's not City or Liverpool or whoever. It's only Tottenham. But, to go to Tottenham and win 2-1 in like the 93rd minute, considering where they are in the table, maybe that's their miracle jump now. That's their, that result that's going to propel them. But I think on the face of it, I just think they've left themselves to not have won a game of football since November. And then to think that you can just crack on now.
Yeah,
I know Everton have done it. Everton have done it a few times, but the league was awful at the bottom. Let's be honest. The teams around us weren't winning.
Only being 8 points adrift.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Whatever it was it 8?
7, I think.
7.
I think it was.
Yeah, with the Forest got the points obviously against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very lucky to have only been that far adrift.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like sort of speak from sort of like a fan experience, like being in the bottom 3. It's disgusting. To be honest, at this time of the year, going into February, it's horrible. Like, you don't even want to go to the game. You're just like, nah, can't be bothered. We're going to get done. And then you score 1. You score 1 and you're sitting there as a fan and you're like, oh, like, it's that thing. Like, oh, do we hold this and get 3 points? Do we go for it, potentially seal the 3 points or come away with a point? It's that horrible. You're thinking of every conclusion constantly. It's horrible. It's horrible. I don't envy at all any West Ham fans or Forest fans, really. I actually feel quite sorry for West Ham fans, to be honest with you. I don't mind Hams. Don't know about you, like.
No, yeah, I like Hams.
Right, 2 little bits before we go. Give me your goals of the week.
Go ahead. I'll start with mine. And it kills me to say, but Mbeumo.
Mbeumo United.
Yeah,
is yours more for the build-up, though?
Yeah, no, 100% for the build-up. That break was unbelievable. If any of you seen it, just how quick,
it was.
efficient, unbelievable.
It was
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that for me.
I agree. Mbeumo, the first goal. United 1-0 at first. Yeah. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, go on. I'll let Stephen go first.
I'm going with Barry. Gotta go for Barry.
Insert video here.
Clean finish, And then beating that way ends when it happens. Also beating Villa.
It's named, isn't it named Barry Park? No.
Barry Park.
That's what he called it. Yeah, that's what he called it. It's funny that. Go ahead, I'll jump in. I'll go for who I wrote down on my little notes here. Oh, where is it? Costellas, the overhead kick against Bournemouth on Monday night. It's an absolute finish, that. Like, the keeper is just stood there, like he hasn't got a clue. He half sort of slices it as well, from like the different view, different camera angle. It looks like he half slices it, but it makes it what it is. It hits the side netting inside the goal. Oh, yeah. That's unbelievable. Go on, Kyle.
No, three very good goals in their own right. I know we try and not pick the same goal as each other, just to obviously, share the love around on the goals, but it's Tieno Barry. Has to be.
I thought you were going to say the Brighton one at least.
No, yeah, and I'll explain why. Don't get me wrong, an overhead kick's great, and I love that counter-attack from United. It was vintage, of the days of Ronaldo, Nani, Rooney breaking quick, lovely quick break, and then a sweep into the bottom corner. But
Eggy days, yeah.
Oh, don't.
But we've spent the whole season being told that Tieno Barry is not good enough for the Premier League. He's not a striker. He can't finish. He can't do this. That finish is ridiculous. Nine out of 10 strikers there will just try and absolutely smash that into the back of the net. He's realised that Martinez, one of the best keepers in the world, so-called, is right on him. And he's just dinked it over him. And perfectly so. It looks like it's going to, every time I watch the replay, it looks like it's going to smack the bar. And it just literally just dips underneath. And I think it's a concert on the line trying to get it. It's just enough that he can't do anything.
Was it already a goal before he got there, concert?
I think it might have been just clinging to the line, but he just puts it into the side net and done it. It's all he can do. That finish is unbelievable.
On the angle that we were at in the away end, it looked like it took like 3 deflections for some mad reason. It looked like Martinez had came out all big and he's like sort of deflected it onto the bar with his hand, and then like it's hit Concert as well, and then it came off him. It looked mad. It looked mad from my angle.
I was watching it on the telly. Obviously, we're not being able to join us. And no, that finish was so good. Like. It's just calm. It's a finish of a proper experienced goal scorer. And he's far from that. But that 4 in the league.
3 and 4. He scored against Brentford, didn't he, as well? In the drubbing.
Yeah. So he's got his 2 goals against Forest, his goal against Brentford, his goal on the weekend. 4 goals. I remember seeing that stat when he scored his first goal, saying something along the lines of, I think it was when he was at Basel, he didn't score his first goal for like 15 games, and then he ended the season on 10. So he's got
same in Spain too.
15, 16 games to get another 6 goals. I'm not putting it past him. Not if he keeps getting the service he's getting and getting finishes in like that.
No, fair enough. I think that's a good place to leave all the footy, to be honest, on Tieno Barry for this week. Sorry to my little cousin as well. Unfortunately, we're going to have to shout it out, aren't we, Jay? Unfortunately, Tieno Barry cost £750. Last man standing.
50 quid. Tieno Barry
cost. After all of us told her she better be picking Villa because they're going to absolutely smash us.
I know. She's not.
When the goal went in as well, I was thinking, I was like, that's sad. It's actually quite sly. I was buzzing, obviously, but I was like, oh no. Well, we'll finish off with the pod predictions table. So we've kind of been doing the pod predictions behind everyone's back, haven't we? Really, we've been doing them between ourselves. We've been carrying the league on, but we haven't been telling you what we've been doing.
Time to pod, have we? So obviously we've just kept that going.
But this is how the league is. I don't know. This is how we found ourselves on the 21st of January, 2026. So in first place, Steve's on 62. Second is Kyle on 58. Third is me, Andy on 52. And fourth, vibing like West Ham a little bit, is Jay on 41.
What do you mean?
At the bottom of this list as well, it says loser will face a forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
Now we still need to know what this forfeit's going to be.
Yeah, we do. I'll be honest with you guys. Scrap the FIFA one for me. I think Steve made a good point. I'm done with FIFA, so that would not be a forfeit for me. Do you know what I mean?
I'll take that on. If I finish bottom, I'll play everyone's foot champs because, as you all know, that will be like I'll probably die.
I know. But the thing is though, Jay's playing like a cool and Luke vibe here, and like he hasn't played FIFA for months. He'll want to play Ark Raiders, and he's got to play 60 games of foot champs. He's going to be raging. Look at him. He knows he's playing us. You know, he'll be gutted that he's got to play FIFA all weekend. Yeah, you will. You'll be devoed.
Yeah, but Andy, if he has to spend 24 hours in the spoons, he'll be even more gutted.
Oh yeah,
it'll be vibes.
Then he won't be on the game at all.
I know.
And he'll get out the house.
Yeah.
I do touch grass, guys. I do touch grass.
Yeah, he hasn't been out the house since New Year's Eve. Like,
I've got a son. I have to like attend to him, and then I'm just like live in the house.
Nah, it's a good place to end. We'll hopefully be back. Hopefully we'll get one sorted this weekend, if not next week sometime. Well, thanks for listening, everyone, and have a nice end to the week. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.